The US president has vowed to wage war on Mexican cartels after at least 9 Americans were slaughtered.
Let's go live now to CNN reporter Matt Rivers, who joins us live from Mexico City. Matt, good morning to you. Can you bring us up to speed with the investigation and what's happened?
Sure. This is very much a developing story here in Mexico. It really played out yesterday afternoon, but the details really only started coming out yesterday evening and into the early morning hours today. But let me just bring you up to speed on exactly where we are here. So there's a community of several hundred people, most of whom would identify as Mormon, differing levels of fundamentalism within them. And they have lived in Sonora State, which is the state in northwest Mexico, for decades now. And at the same time, there have been cartels, drug cartels operating in that same area. During the day yesterday, 3 vehicles left the community where all of these people live, most of whom hold dual U.S.-Mexican citizenship. Those 3 cars left the community, 3 women driving each of the cars with 14 minors scattered amongst the cars. It was at 3 p.m. local that the attack began. So armed gunmen attacked each car, littering each one with bullet holes, including setting at least one on fire, and they killed 9 people, 3 women, including 6 children, 2 of them being infants. It was a horrific scene. We've spoken to family members all day today, and of course the question is, well, why? And the answer, generally, the speculation is on 2 possible targets. One would be that they were specifically targeted because this community has somehow run afoul of the drug cartels operating in that region. The other option is that drug cartels are fighting amongst themselves, and so perhaps this was a case of mistaken identity, that these women were targeted by accident. No matter what the cause, though, the tragic results are the same. 9 lives lost at this point in a country that is so used to violence. Nearly 30,000 murders so far this year alone. This massacre even then stands out.
Matt, as you say, there are 2 lines of inquiry at the moment. Both outcomes are pretty horrific. There are also some tales of heroism as well. One mother put her baby, a 7-month baby, on the floor of the car. She met her death, but the baby survived.
The baby did survive. I mean, miraculous is a word that sometimes I think journalists and then media types throw around too much, but in this case, I don't really know how you could see it any other way. I mean, this woman put her baby on the ground and somehow it survived. And when you look at these bullet holes in these cars, I mean, they are utterly destroyed, and you can see how many lives were lost as a result. But when first responders got there, and we should say it was 4 hours later that Mexican federal authorities finally made their way to this scene, they were able to find that baby. Family members were able to take custody of that baby, and the other children that managed to survive this attack, 7 of them in all, have since been transported to the United States to a hospital in Arizona for treatment.
Matt, you're there. You know how all of this works, especially when it comes to the cartels, and you just sort of identified that so many people are killed in the drug wars every year. Is there realistically any expectation that any kind of justice will be served here?
It's a great question, and no, I don't think so. I mean, I think that even we spoke to family members earlier, and they sure hope that justice will be served, but they're looking at what's going on in this country, and they're looking at the facts over the past 2 years, 3 years, where each year we have set another annual murder rate because of drug-fueled violence, and I think that people are not holding their breath by any means. What we have seen so far this year, where we're likely going to set another annual record murder rate, is nearly 100 murders per day, every single day, for the entire year so far. And so this is a country that is very, very used to this. Unfortunately, this massacre stands out because, frankly, they are American, and Mexican nationals have taken the brunt of the deaths here. But these people are American, and as a result, the President of the United States weighed in, the U.S. Congress is going to weigh in, and it will affect the U.S.-Mexico relationship. And so this massacre has stood out. But I think to your question, no, I don't think anyone is expecting any sort of swift justice.
Yeah, it's just horrible stuff, isn't it? Matt Rivers, really appreciate your time there. Matt Rivers from CNN talking to us live from Mexico City.